So my project was in a group. It was me, Randy, Bilal, and Austin, and our project was going to the White Mountains and doing hiking at Franconia Ridge Trail and also Mount Washington. And we also fished, and we also saw the sunrise at Cape Elizabeth in Portland, Maine. So those were the main things that we did. And the whole point of our trip was to do something that we've never done before and have experiences that we have never had in our life. We have never all have not been nature people. We haven't hiked. We haven't gone fishing. These are just things we haven't done. So the point was to try to test ourselves. Franconia is a very, very difficult trail. So is Mount Washington. So the point was to test ourselves and see what we could accomplish. So just a general itinerary and how our trip went was, so on May 19th we started our trip and we stopped at Olean, New York on our trip to New Hampshire. The next day we got all the way to New Hampshire in the White Mountains, and we did our first night of camping, which is also a cool experience none of us had really done before. We set up a fire, we had a tent, and it was interesting. In the morning we had to like cook, we had ramen, and it was an interesting experience. And then the next day, May 21st, we hiked Franconia. It was a 9-hour hike, extremely long, extremely strenuous, and I have more information about that later. And then on May 22nd, we went to Portrait Lake to fish. On the 23rd, we went to Mount Washington, hiked that trail. And May 23rd, we drove to Portland, Maine. And on the 24th, we saw the beautiful sunrise at Cape Elizabeth. And then on the 25th, we drove home. And we reached home on the 27th. So I'm going to show, that's basically itinerary of my trip, and I'm going to show vlogs of our hike in Franconia just to show what it was like, what the experience was like, and many pictures of our experience overall and everything that we did on the trip.
So right now, we're at this river here. It's super pretty right now. It flows all the way down. It goes all the way up there too. It's your back camera. It's really awesome. Here's Austin. Here's the guys. Really cool right now. So we at the Falling Waters Trail. Really awesome. It's a ravine that goes like all the way up to the mountain. And it's super clear water and like fresh. Really pretty. Super pretty. Trails are extremely steep uphill. You can see Austin's like has to go very slow, hold on to the trees. So it's extremely steep here, but we are getting close. This is officially the top. This is the highest point of the White Mountains. You get a peek, but and after about 9 long, tedious hours, I think we are done. Finally back. It's been an interesting road, really pretty, really tough the entire time, pretty much after the first 2 hours. It taught me to persevere, and that you have to keep going and test yourself. It definitely tested my boundaries. I never would have done something like this before, and I definitely found something I'm passionate about. I don't know if I'd be able to hike for 9 hours again, but to go hiking and see scenery, that's something I really enjoyed today. It's definitely been an amazing experience. Taught me a lot, and yeah.